2008, there are only 8 Chinese politicians in Toronto, including 3 levels of government, like municipal, federal, and also federal, provincial, and municipal. Right? So we came on this program until 2014. As 4 years ago, we started a social media campaign. We invite 500 plus people to take pictures with the Castle Road sign, including Jackie. I mean, most of them, they were taking the pictures of the Castle Road sign before. So that it started to become popular in social media. Right? So make it short, today that we invite about 11 municipal candidates come to this event. The purpose of the event is that we want to introduce you guys to Chinese media. All right.
I'm currently the regional councillor and deputy mayor for the city of Markham, and I'm running for re-election as regional councillor.
Kilton, I think, is very popular in York region. Why? Because I have been York region, I mean Richmond Hill, for 30 years.
So my name is Christina Liu. I'm running in Down Valley North as the city councillor candidate.
And my name is Cynthia Lai. I'm running for Ward 23, Scarborough North, one of the 2 very lucky ridings that don't have an incumbent.
My name is Howard Shen, or Susan Hao. I'm running for running for city councillors in Markham, representing Ward 8.
And especially, for my background, actually, when you look at my name, Aaron Nadar, a lot of people might think I'm not Chinese, but I'm actually part Chinese because my mother's Chinese, my father's part Chinese, Indian, Persian, Arabic, and Polynesian.
My name is Roy Hugh. I am the candidate for TDSB trustee for Ward 21. I'm the former principal of Regent Court Collegiate.
I have 2 university degrees. Why am I doing this? I'm not a political person. I don't want to be an apologist. I don't want to be an MPP or an MP. That means I just want to help.
I've held senior management positions leading teams across Canada. At one point in my career, I even lobbied the provincial government to keep Canadians safe during a pandemic.
It's community safety. We've seen so many gun violences recently, and I think it's very unacceptable. And I wanted to make sure Toronto is the safe city to live in.
You don't feel safe anymore. It's shootings every day. It's shootings in their street. It's shootings in their community center where their kids is playing in the playground.
We all know that the number 1 issue in Markham is traffic. The number 2 issue in Markham is traffic. And the number 3 issue in Markham is traffic. Especially if you look at long-term down the road, you do have York University that's coming to downtown Markham, and a lot of kids won't be driving. So that we definitely need. So subway for sure first, and Highway 7, that will be one of the projects I will definitely help to champion.
We always ask for more, okay? But the income from it's limited. I mean, the source of income is limited. How can you do that? Save certain budgets, save certain resources, so that with all the money that we save, we can reallocate those money saved.
Seniors, our seniors is so deserved for us to be respected, and because they work so hard in their life, and now is their golden years, I wanted to make sure their quality of life is good.
And we represent the majority of the people, and we represent the majority of the issues. And when we say the difference in opinion, I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to bring the voice as well.
One of the things I'm very concerned about as a principal and as an educator is how we teach math and our math results. We need to start building that strong foundation right from the elementary level and transitioning into high school.
I implement programs that I think are important to children, especially at a young age. Programs that teach kids compassion, empathy, be kind to each other, respect each other. How did I do that? I bring in a beautiful program called Letter of Thanks. That program teaches young kids instead of giving Christmas presents to each other and to the teacher, they write a letter from their heart to thank their teacher or thank their friend.
When I was lobbying the provincial government during pandemic planning, one of the things we used to do and one of the things I was successful at is not only meeting with our ministers and MPPs to effect that change, but organizing a lobby day, writing those white papers, finding out not only who the community leaders are, but what the needs are, not only from parents, school boards, but also our administrators.
Markham, your neighbor Toronto, when they have people support you financially, they get a rebate. Why Richmond Hill don't have?
And support is very important. That's why if I were elected, I must fight for this.
So pleased to be here today to remind people to cast your vote. That's how the democracy of Canada works. It doesn't work by you saying, well, he or she got elected. It works when you say, I helped them get elected.
So can we start?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's starting.
So my name is Christina Liu. I'm running in Down Valley North as the city councilor candidate, and my opponent is Shelley Carroll. The reason I'm running is that since 2015, we were involved in the sex education curriculum debate. Okay, we were asking to have a debate with our then Premier, Kathleen Wayne, and we said we just want to debate all the scientific facts in the curriculum, but it was failed. Then Premier Kathleen Wayne refused to have the open dialogue with the parents. And then we realized the only way we can get involved in Canada is through politics. And then we started to support different elections, and then we started to promote the excellent candidate to start to get involved in the politics, in the policy-making process. We can get our voice through. For instance, right now the most important issue for our riding, I went through the riding 2 times already, and I heard from the residents times and times again. They said they don't feel safe anymore. It's shootings every day. It's shootings in their street. It's shootings in their community center where their kids is playing in the playground. That hurts me as a mom, as a resident, and we want to make the change. And that's the reason I went to with the police officer. We rode through the riding from the street to street, and I heard from the police officer, what is the problem? Why we have so many shootings right now? It wasn't like that before. Every resident is telling the same story, and the police officer is saying that they do not have the proper tools to keep us safe. The reason we hired a police officer, we all know it's very expensive to have the police officers. That's why we don't have enough number of police officers. So we hire them, they're professionally trained, and we don't trust their professional judgment to do their job to keep us safe. There's something wrong with it. We need to change that. We need to make sure our kids is still safe to play in the street. Our kids is still safe to be around the community centers. Our kids is still safe downstairs in the street. So I would like to allow the police officer to have reasonable tools to keep our community safe. And also, we have financial problem in every level of government. Whenever you open the newspaper, whenever you turn on the television, it's always, we have deficit, we have debts, and we have lots of problems. Because we do have politicians, they play political games and they don't really respect taxpayers' money. And that is not right. We need to send the politicians who has the ownership, really going into the city hall, going into the politics, treating that money as if their own money. So I will be doing that because I run a business. I just want to have one story. Shelley Carroll, my opponent. In 2009, when she was budget chief, there was a recession going on in the whole wide world. And her decision was to hire 1,300 new employees to the city hall to combat this recession. When you are in business, when the business situation is no good, when the economics is no good, what do? You try to control your expenses.
Okay, so we need to send the people who has the business experience to go to the city hall to manage the taxpayers' money as if it's their own money, not at your expenses. Thank you.
Seems you are very issue oriented already. You knew what is going to be good. So when somebody come to approach, because most of the people are with you to know you in. But usually the people with voice are the people different from what you believe. So how you representing their opinion and idea in the council? If someone say something totally different from your opinion.
In this country, even in your household, we disagree with each other about many issues. And we're looking at, try to find a common ground. And between there will be, if we really open the dialogue and we really discuss in a open way, we can find some common ground. But of course, there are different opinions. And we represent the majority of the people, and we represent the majority of the issues. And when we say the different in opinion, I'm willing to talk. I'm willing to bring the voice as well. I'm there not to represent one group of the people, but represent the whole group of the people, in the writing, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Roy Hugh. I am the candidate for TDSB trustee for Ward 21. I'm the former principal of Agincourt Collegiate and Albert Campbell, one of two of the most successful schools in the Toronto District School Board. I bring with me 28 years of experience in education. I've worked in every position, starting from the supply teacher, to assistant head, department head, vice principal, and principal. I have a proven track record of improving student achievement. My schools have outperformed many of the other ones, even in the more affluent area. One of the things I'm very concerned about as a principal and as an educator is how we teach math and our math results. We need to start building that strong foundation right from the elementary level and transitioning into high school. It is critical that we have qualified math teachers, especially at the grade 6, 7, and 8 level, so they can successfully transition to secondary. Also, I want to ensure that the $3.3 billion TDSB budget is spent responsibly. I was the principal that stood up and said no to the $143 pencil sharpener, no to the $3,000 wall plug, no to the $48,000 electronic sign. I put my reputation on the line, and I said no, because I know it doesn't cost $3,000 to put in a wall plug. I want to make sure that all the savings that we put in place are geared back towards the schools. We can have money to find savings for air conditioning. I know, I did it. Also, I want to ensure that there's programs to support student learning and extracurricular. I know as a principal how extracurricular activities like music and sports can engage and support students. Moving on to the sex ed curriculum. The sex ed curriculum has been forwarded to the provincial government for review. As a trustee, it would be my position that we listen to all the parents and work with the school councils in every school. And as part of that process, to make sure that the principal of those schools are sending out information, informing parents about what is going to be taught. Parents can then make a decision for what they think is best for their child. Lastly, cannabis. Cannabis is it's going to be legalized. I, as a principal, have dealt with students who are high on cannabis, students who come to school drunk. I have that experience, and I have a clear vision of how, as the board, we need to work with parents, we need to work with the board, we need to work with the community to ensure that this particular legislation is addressed, it is supported. Lastly, I just want to say a very quick word. 大家谢谢，我是胡瑞婷，我是要选教育委员。 我带28年的经历，我是这个经历 including 是我做校长、做老师，我希望你可以帮我做教育委员，谢谢。
And the city, they have the different school board. So how can you just balance those? Because sometimes it's from the top, from the provincial, the direction, and then from the city, and then the different school board, they can't do anything about it.
Yes, thank you. One, the curriculum is determined by the province. Okay. Once that curriculum is crystallized, it's firmed up. Then, under the Education Act, it is up to the individual school boards and the teachers to deliver that curriculum. Okay? Now, once that piece is in place, as trustee, it is critical that we work with school councils to inform the parents on what is going to be taught, how it's going to be taught. Secondly, I think it is incumbent on the school board, if we're delivering that curriculum, that we have resources to inform the parents. So be it videos, so parents can watch and say, what is this curriculum about? How it's going to be taught? What are the specifics that's going to be taught? Then parents, working with their school council and their principal, can get that information out, and parents can make the right decision for their kids. Thank you.
Severe food allergies. On that day, I did not know my child was coming home from the hospital. Thankfully, I'm pleased to say that I continue to celebrate each day as a mother of 3 amazing children. And this event was the first step towards becoming an advocate for children. After that episode at the hospital, I realized that to truly ensure the success and safety of my children, I would need to develop the relationship with the school beyond the parent-teacher. This was the start of my journey about how to keep our children safe while at school. Provide an environment of tolerance, acceptance, and most importantly, ensure our education is relevant to ensure the success of students in the workforce. In the past 3 years, I've had the opportunity to work on YRDSB committees such as safety, bylaws, and I've even helped revise the anaphylaxis policy for the York Region School Board. Most recently, I've even secured funding for education for an education day on severe food allergies. Then I thought, what if we could make these changes on a broader scale?
What else could we accomplish if we changed policy to make it easier for parents to navigate? I'm also a working mother. I've had the privilege to work for companies such as Kimberly-Clark, Kraft Heinz, Agripure. I've held senior management positions leading teams across Canada. At one point in my career, I've even lobbied the provincial government to keep Canadians safe during a pandemic. As your advocate, as a YRD school trustee, I will be bringing my experience from the York Region School Councils, lobbying experience with the provincial government, and a strong business acumen to be leading change for students and parents. I will focus on the following for my platform for your children, our students. Influencing policy to ensure an environment of tolerance and acceptance. Improving safety, whether it be anaphylaxis or bullying right across the region. And ensuring that the strategic direction of education is giving our students the tools they need for tomorrow. So please go to soniababra.com. Vote for Sonia Babra for Wards 7 and 8 as your next school trustee. Thank you.
Oh, hi, Sonia. I'm really impressed by your presentation.
Thank you.
If you were elected, I'd love to hear your action, how to cooperate with the 3 level governments do some action, collaborate, treat education the highest priority.
So just in case everyone didn't hear that, so Carol's asking me, how would I, or what efforts, if I was elected, collaborate with the different levels of government to implement action? You know, one of the key things I've learned in my corporate career, sometimes the biggest influencers are the ones who don't have that title. And really, it's finding out who those influencers are that can affect that policy change. So when I was lobbying the provincial government during pandemic planning, one of the things we used to do, and one of the things I was successful at, is not only meeting with our ministers and MPPs to affect that change, but organizing a lobby day, writing those white papers, finding out not only who the community leaders are, but what the needs are, not only from parents, school boards, but also our administrators. So those three elements working together within the community would actually be a great way to accelerate and implement that change. Does that answer your question?
Don't forget the regional councillor.
Don't forget the regional councillors, that's right.
You guys work together.
Okay, thank you.
Ni hao, lei ho ma, wo su zhangzhou li. I'm Jason Cherniak, and I'm running for Richmond Hill Regional Councillor. I'm a lawyer, and I've been running my business here in Richmond Hill for 10 years. I also grew up in Richmond Hill, and my wife and I are now raising our 2 children here. I'm also a community volunteer. I'm the vice chair of the Richmond Hill Board of Trade, and I'm a past president of the local Rotary Club. I'm running because I believe that Richmond Hill is a great place to live, and I want to make sure it stays that way. I also want to work on some of the problems we have, like traffic, for example, and I also think I can use my business experience to find some savings in government and stop taxes from going up so quickly. I'm Jason Cherniak, and I'm asking you to vote for me for Richmond Hill Regional Council. Wo su zhangzhou li. I am committed to you.
Hi, my name is Dave Barrow, and I'm the mayor of the town of Richmond Hill, and I am seeking your support on this election on October 22nd. I have the experience and I have the leadership skills to move our town forward in a positive way so that we can enjoy our community and I can enjoy all of the people who choose it to live in every day of the year. 94% of people in Richmond Hill say that it is the place to live. If you re-elect me, we'll have a community that is engaged with all of the plans that we have in place, that is inclusive, that is safe, and that is debt-free. In Richmond Hill, we're very proud to have the Monchong home here. We are members of the Richmond Hill Markham Chinese Business Association. It's a great, great, vibrant community with the Chinese community being a part of it. So I'm looking forward to October 22nd, and I hope you can support me by voting for me, Dave Barrow, as the mayor of the town of Richmond Hill.